Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Must Watch Tips. And today in this video, I'm gonna show you how to make this stunning PowerPoint animation with the help of 3D models which are inbuilt in the PowerPoint. And we will not gonna use any of the external source or files while creating this PowerPoint. So without wasting time, let's get into the video. So we will be making this presentation into 4 steps. And the very first step is to add a background, a universe background. So you can quickly go to your browser and search night sky background or universe background and make sure your background picture is high quality. So let us say you want to take this background. So we will select this photo, right click on it and say copy image. Go back to our presentation and let me take a blank presentation. I'll delete this placeholders. So now the next thing is to set a background over here. So what we will do is right click on this slide, go to format background and we will click on picture or texture fill and we'll simply click on clipboard. And now the next step is to add 3D models to a presentation. So what we will do is we'll go to insert and in insert you will find a group of illustrations and in illustrations you can find 3D models. So if you have 3D models which are stored in your device, then you can click on this device. Otherwise, you can choose from the online 3D models available. So let us say I want to add moon or astronaut. So I'll first of all search if there is already a group available. Yes, so the space group is available. I'll click on view all and here I can find all the available 3D objects which are there. So I will select this moon. I'll click on insert. Here you go. Now the difference between a 3D object or 3D model and in an image which we insert is that we find a rotating option which is there right in the center of the objects. So with the help of this I can rotate this object like this. Now in similar way let us add an astronaut. So we'll go to insert again, go to 3D models. We'll select space. And we can insert this one. So the difference between this astronaut and this astronaut is that here you can see an icon of moving object. So this is animated 3D model and this is just the 3D model. So this won't move and this doesn't have an animation in it. So that's why we have selected this one. We click on insert. Now as you can see that the moon doesn't have animation. This is simply just a 3D model. But this astronaut is 3D model with an animation. So you can see that it is moving a bit like it is floating in the space. Now it's time to arrange these objects like as they are moving. So we'll go to slide sorter. We will press Ctrl D to duplicate this slide. And in the first slide, we want to hide this astronaut and moon from the slide area so that it doesn't visible from the first frame. So we'll make this moon smaller. Can rotate a bit and move this moon aside like this, and we will do same with astronaut. We'll rotate this astronaut, smaller it and move this astronaut away from the slide area or the view area. And in the second slide we want this moon a little bit bigger and we'll rotate it like this, and we'll rotate this astronaut also and make it smaller like this and move it here. Now what we can do is select both the slide, go to transition and apply morph transition. What will happen is that if we can preview this like this. So in the first slide we have kept both these objects, moon and astronaut, away. And as we have applied morph transition, in the second slide they will come moving like this. So let me give you one more example. So I'll press Ctrl D by clicking slide number 2 over here. that will duplicate the slide 2 and 3. Now in slide 3, what I want is that in slide number 2, my moon is here. So I want this moon to be big and the position of this astronaut should be here in the left hand side and the astronaut should be bigger. So we can do that in the slide number 3. So we will first select the astronaut, make it bigger and bring it on the left hand side and rotate like this. And we want this moon to be bigger, so we'll increase its size like this, or if you want you can increase a bit more and keep it over here. We can rotate this a bit. Now in the slide number 2, our moon and our astronaut are on the left hand side and they are smaller. And in slide number 3, our astronaut has become bigger, our moon has become bigger and they have changed the position. So in morph transition, they will behave like we have created an animated movie. So the moon will revolve and become bigger, and same with the astronaut. Let us see how. So we have this moon over here and astronaut over here. So if I'll go to next slide, so it will look like this. And on similar way, we can do that same thing for the text boxes as well. So let me give you one more example for the text boxes. So I will again go to slide number 3, press Ctrl D, and now in slide number 4, we will move this moon aside by making it smaller. And the astronaut, we will move it on the right hand side by rotating this astronaut a bit like this, facing to the left side. And we can add text boxes like this. I have copied it from the clipboard. You can write whatever you want. And now as we have added text, adding the text in slide number 4 only doesn't complete our work. Let me show you how. So here you can see that something is missing in slide number 3, between slide number 3 and slide number 4. Yes, the text boxes. These two text boxes are appearing and not even moving. So to move these text boxes, we need to add these two text boxes in the slide number 3 as well, but not in the slide area so that it can be visible. We need to move this away from the slide area and the text box too. Now this completes our morph transition. So we have 4 objects over here in the slide number 3, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And we have 4 objects 1, 2, 3 and 4 in the slide number 4. So this is how the morph transition works. So let us see how the text boxes is behaving now. So if I click on next, and now you will see that the text boxes are also now coming into an animated way like this. So in this way you can play with the objects, the 3D objects and the text boxes while creating the presentations. So let me show you one which I have completed. So in the first slide, I have kept the text boxes about the moon and the title of this moon, as well as the astronaut and the moon over here. In the first slide, I won't show anything, but in the second slide, I want these all 4 objects to move like this. So I've kept it all the 4 objects in the first slide itself. And slide number 3 is the most interesting one because this slide contains the objects which are there in slide number 2 as well as the objects which are there in slide number 4. So in this way you can create your own presentation. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you like this video, please consider subscribing this channel and like the video. Also do share it with your friends to make them aware of this awesome trick. And now it's time to say you goodbye.